What's up, bros? It's Pro and welcome back to another video. I know I haven't posted a long-form video for a really long time, and it's because I was just too lazy. Anyways, I started playing this game named Skibidi Tower Defense yesterday, and I'm already hooked. However, when I started playing it, I had all my friends carrying me, and I know that most players don't have people to help them. So today, I'm stepping into their shoes and trying to get a godly without anybody helping me. But before we do that, let's set a few ground rules. First of all, the obvious one, all of my games have to be solo. Next, I also cannot seek help from other players, however, people can voluntarily give me units. Fourthly, trading is allowed. And finally, the video ends as soon as I get a godly. Now, with those stuff in mind, it's time to start the challenge. First, I needed a brand new account, so I made one named STD Noob to Pro S and joined the game on a private server. As you can see here, it is a brand new account that hasn't even gone through the tutorial yet, so let's do that real quick. By the way, stay till the end because I'm going to give away the godly that I get in this video. Now, let's go clear the very first act of the game. Wow, that's it. I'll keep this in mind for later. Anyways, let's move on to the next act of Toilet Town. And there we go. Now let's go back to lobby to get some better units. Do not repeat the same mistake that I did here, because the epic crate absolutely sucks. Get 5 common crates instead. I guarantee you it is way better. This speaker strider starts out with 2x less DPS as the starter cameraman, costs more, and ends up with less DPS than the starter cameraman at max level somehow. Considering these factors, I automatically assumed that it was AoE and that it could target multiple units at once. Nope, it's absolute trash, has no AoE, and can't even attack properly. I then inevitably lost the game due to the absurd stats of the epic unit speaker strider. However, I did earn some coins from the game, which I'll use to gamble for a better unit. And I got a large scientist cameraman. Hopefully it's better than that speaker strider that's dog water. And it is! It starts out with 125 DPS and it deals splash damage. However, it's quite expensive to place. However, being the Sigma I am, I found a strat using these 2 units because the third one sucks. Never mind, at least I got some coins again though. Seriously, I got an uncommon, the worst unit in the crate? Well, I can't get the same one twice in a row, right? Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with him and hope he's not as bad as the speaker strider. Hold up, why is he low-key cooking? There's no way this dude is gonna solo this act.
Let him cook! Let him cook now! Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Let's go! Now, it's time to open the epic crate again and hope I don't get the speaker strider. Welp, I got this clockman. Let's hope he's good, since he's an epic. No way, 10,000 DPS. He's gonna carry our entire team. This is like the meta for beginners. Also, I left out the speaker strider because it deserves to be. time to absolutely dominate Act 4. And there we go, 600 coins. Time to gamble again. But first, let's get a trait on our Cuckoo Clockman. No way, a legendary trait on my first roll. That's insane. I'm gonna keep it. I decided to clear Toilet Town first and save up for the legendary crate, so it's time to get grinding again. I tried doing the easiest monthly quest, which was to kill the scientist toilet, so I went into Endurance Easy and quickly finished that.
Nice.
Done! Now time to go back and gamble for a mythic and finish our second monthly quest. But first, we have to open the legendary crate that we saved up for. And we got a flamethrower, our first legendary. Next, let's claim our quest. Dang, 10,000 coins? I'm rich. Now let's go gambling. Let's hope to get the Guardian Clockman, as they're way better than the mythics here on stock. I got Titan Speakerman, which isn't a very good unit, but I finished a quest, which can give me another 10,000 coins, and gamble again. And I got this Clockman. It has 15,000 DPS and it deals splash damage. It also has good range. This will definitely carry us now. Too easy! We've just cleared the entirety of Toilet Town, so now let's move on to the next 6 acts. While I was getting traits on my units, this guy sent me a trade request, so I tried to offer my Titan Speakerman for his Titan Cameraman, but he insisted to give me his Titan Cameraman for free, and since he was the one to first approach me, that counts as him voluntarily giving me units. So therefore, it is not against the rules, and I am legally allowed to take his unit for free. Now, it's time to do Acts 1-6 of Camera Base using Flamethrower. However, I ran into a problem. They were getting too strong for my flamethrower. I needed an upgrade, a major upgrade. And so, I set off to the trading plaza to try to upgrade my flamethrower cameraman to an ice thrower. I started sending offers to random people with ice thrower with high hopes of someone actually accepting my offers, but I soon realized that it wasn't going according to plan. And with that, I quit the search for the ice thrower. Unexpectedly, the next day, I met my friend, Kirito, chilling in the lobby. Some of you might remember him from my Drill Titan showcase, but I bet most of you have no idea who he is. Anyways, I told Kirito that I was stuck and I didn't know what to do. All I had for an early game unit was Flamethrower Cameraman, and he was useless against Camera Base Act 2, so I needed something that was easier. He tried sending me a trade request to give me Ice Thrower, but at the very start of the video, I couldn't go seeking for free units, and in this case, if I accepted his Ice Thrower. It would count as me seeking for free units because I was the one who approached him first. So then, he suggested that I should farm Cyber City Act 6, and I was off. As soon as I loaded in, I had no time to prepare. They were already rushing my base. So, I tried putting down a flamethrower to clear the horde. But I just got endless stun locked to hell and back. Yeah, I am never doing Cyber City again until I get Ice Thrower. However, suddenly, an idea struck me. This was something so basic, I should have done it ever since I begun the challenge. It was the most important thing that I should have done back then, before getting my Cuckoo Clockman, and even before getting that trashy speaker Strider. You guessed it, it was to farm the very first act of the game. Rewind 10 minutes back, go back to the very start of the video when I first cleared Act 1. Remember how I said that I'd keep the duration of the act in mind? This is the time I'm gonna use it. By the way, do brutal mode here, not normal. I have calculated that one game is exactly 9 seconds long, and that if I grinded Brutal Mode Act 1 for 1 hour straight, I'd get about 44,000 coins, which is almost 9 mythic crates, giving me a high chance to get more mythics to trade for Ice Thrower. So off I set, grinding for cash. Once I got 5,000 coins, I decided to leave and open a mythic crate and try to get something good. I'm gonna try to get the scientist cameraman here, as he's a really good early game farm, and when paired with Bargain, he's gonna be super OP. Now, let's open the crate. Well, I got a camera Strider, but at least it's not that other Strider whom does not deserve to be named because of how trashy it is. The camera Strider has the same DPS as about any other Titan, but it has AoE and 2 different attacks, making it good for Endurance mode. However, he's not the unit we're looking for, as we need Ice Thrower and Scientist Cameraman. They'll be important later on. I did a bit more grinding in Act 1 and saved up enough coins for a legendary crate, so let's go open one right now and see what we get. I got the Temu camera Strider, but hey, Atli asked this Strider isn't the worst and scammiest unit in the game, unlike a certain unit if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, I went into the trading lobby and searched to trade my camera Strider and some of my other legendaries for a scientist cameraman. I found one quite quickly though. Wow, that's probably the easiest trade I've ever done. Now, I'm going to test my progress by seeing how far I can go with my current units in Endurance Normal. Welp, this is where I lose, I guess. So close yet so far. I died to the necromancer toilet healing his shield and then pulling out 2 juggernauts out of his eye. No way, I always get the horrible traits on my good units, but whenever it's a unit that does no damage, I always get something super rare. Next thing you know, I'm getting Grandmaster 3 times in a row on my Speaker Strider. Suddenly, this guy said that he was trading Ice Thrower, so I sent him a trade request and look how things played out. I tried trading him the worst mythic, my soon-to-be X-Starter unit, a whole bunch of epics, and of course, the worst unit in the entire game, the Speaker Strider. He put in his Ice Thrower, and he actually accepted the trade. Finally, I felt like most of my journey was complete, because I had just entered the final stages of this challenge, and it was to grind prisms using my Ice Thrower. First, I tried returning to Cyber City, hopefully clearing Act 1 this time, and holy crap, does this thing have Master on IT? That trade was a huge W. I got such a good early game unit, unlike the Speaker Strider, at such a good price. Acts 1 to 6 is literally the same thing, due to how massively OP Ice Thrower is, so I'm just going to cut to Act 6 because this video is getting a bit too long. We're getting close to the boss now. I can finally take my revenge on them and stunlock the boss forever too.
領域展開無料空所
Here he is. That was way too easy. Now let's move on to Cyber City and get to Act 6 because it has prisms. Oh nice, I finally got Bargain 3 on my scientist, now he's gonna be truly OP. I cut out Acts 1 to 6 and skipped straight to the ending because it's pretty straightforward. Just place an Ice Thrower, upgrade it like once or twice, then place for scientists and max them out, then max out your Ice Throwers and spam them. Now, let's open to prism crates and try to get our godly. I then did Act 6 on hard and brutal to get the first clear rewards and more prisms, and an even higher chance to get our godly this time. But as you expected from looking at the video length, we are almost there, but we haven't gotten it yet. So now, we're doing Last Stand Act 4 of all difficulties to get more prisms, enough for 10 crates. Alright, I forgot to record that next part, but I ended up losing on hard mode and only managed to get 500 prisms, which were like 3 crates, and I didn't get a godly. However, this time, I'm going back to trading. This is the final stage. I went around offering 20 mythics to people for at least just 1 godly, but nobody ever accepted my offers. That is, until I saw this guy's booth. No, not this guy, this guy. He had upgraded Plunger on stock, the cheapest godly, and when I sent my trade offer, guess what happened? Finally, after over 12 hours of grinding and 6 hours of editing, I managed to complete our challenge. I got a godly on a brand new account with absolutely no help. 0 co-op games. Before we end this video, I'm going to give away my upgraded plunger to the first person who comments UGPlungerFear and their username. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and sub. If you didn't, that's your fault. And without further ado,
Bye bye.